Did quarterback Nico just ruin his career? Hi everyone, welcome into the College Football 360 YouTube channel, and in today's video we are diving into the news surrounding Nico and the Tennessee Volunteers, and we will be analyzing the full story plus my thoughts on the future of NIL. This is a very exciting video and I do not want you to miss it, so stick around to the end, and without further ado, let's just dive right in. Okay, so it is only apt to give a brief recap of what actually happened, and this is the full story of what happened now that we can see everything in hindsight. So, Nico put on an impressive 2024 campaign as a redshirt freshman, throwing for over 2,600 yards and a 63 completion percentage, and he kept his interception total down, which is the big thing with young quarterbacks, in my opinion. He led the Volunteers to a double-digit win season and a college football playoff berth before getting blown out in the shoe against Ohio State in the playoff. Now, today's story starts as we now fast forward to just a couple days ago, really a week ago, when Nico skipped and sat out multiple practices and became the first ever college football holdout from mandatory camp in order to receive more money. You see this a lot in the NFL, but you don't ever see it in college football, and this is the first ever case of it happening. Now, the number he was at previously in terms of dollars with the Vols was $2.5 million in an NIL deal, a pretty considerate amount considering that he was a freshman. Of course, it was merited by the fact that he played pretty darn well, and he was a 5-star plus quarterback coming out of high school, one of the best in the country. That being said, it was a pretty good amount, and the number that he wanted this upcoming year, the number that he wanted to get to was $4 million, which is a $1.5 million increase. Tennessee suddenly became the self-righteous party and said that they would never pay that, as Coach Heupel put it, quote, "No one player is bigger than the team," unquote, which I 100% agree with, by the way. With that news, Nico immediately jumped ship, thinking that he can easily get that $4 million from a lot of other schools. You know, the big list included schools such as North Carolina, Tulane, Notre Dame, Syracuse, and others, but the catch is that no one else wanted to pay him anywhere close to that amount. Tennessee's total of $2.5 million was the highest out of every single one of those schools that I mentioned. One by one, his options ran down until he eventually decided to transfer to UCLA, and his reported NIL deal with the Bruins is around $1.5 million. And with that $1.5 million, with state tax in the state of California, he's going to earn less than $1 million. So it really is a shame that he made this decision to transfer. He would have had $2.5 million if he would have stayed at Tennessee and just had shut his mouth and not really paid any attention to getting more money. But alas, he was greedy and it didn't pay off for him. And I know that a lot of this is on his dad as well. His dad is his agent, really, and his dad plays Mr. Macho Man, and it really doesn't work. I know all of that as well. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to talk about Nico here, not really his dad. But just know that I know that it is pretty much his dad. Okay, so that book ends the story. So let's move into the analysis. But first, before we get really in-depth with this story, please, if you are enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe, as it is the best and most efficient way to support the channel. We have videos coming out from now till the start of the season and through the season as well. We will have videos all the way through consistently every week. I know I took a bit of a YouTube hiatus over the past couple months, but we are back with this video right here. We will have videos all throughout the rest of the year, and it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be fun, and the only way we keep going is if you subscribe, because subscribing is the most important thing on YouTube, as you know, and because y'all are intelligent people. With that being said, click that red subscribe button and let's move forward. Okay, so moving back to the video. So there are really two parties here involved, well, really three if you include UCLA, but Nico and the Tennessee Volunteers. I want to start off this segment by going over who got it worse. Nico, who on one hand lost over $1.5 million in NIL money and went from being him on a college football playoff caliber of team to a team that went 5-7 and ranked 14th in the Big Ten last year. Wasn't very good. Tennessee, on the other hand, lost their starter that got them to a double-digit win season and led them to their first ever college football playoff berth in franchise history, who, was a 5-star plus guy and was gearing up for a huge year two. Now the Vols have to scramble to grab a quarterback in the spring portal who will not be half as good as Nico. I mean, if they go out and get Steve Angeli, who I love, by the way, all love to him, and I think that he's going to do good things, but he is not half as talented. He's not even a quarter talented as Nico Iamaleava is. And, with all that being said, I don't think that anyone in the portal, I mean, if half the starters in the Power Four conferences could go in the portal right now, and half those guys aren't going to be half as good as Nico, if that makes any sense at all. I'm trying to say that Nico Iamaleava is a really good player, and that losing him kind of messes up the season for the Tennessee Volunteers. So, let me know in the comments down below who has it worse off, Nico or the Vols, and give me good reasons as well. Okay, so now we will zoom out, and as we come to the end of the video here, only a couple minutes left or something like that. So this final topic I want to touch on, we're going to zoom out, is that this episode, this specific episode with Nico and the Volunteers, has to trigger a response from the ADs and the commissioners. They have to act fast, and because NIL needs to be reworked. And, I know it's a free for all right now. We're going to get rev share here soon, but the whole thing needs to be reworked. We can do rev share, but the whole thing still needs to be reworked. I do know that Congress is working to get a settlement worked out where we can get one of three things. And this is what I've observed and listened. I listened to a lot of college football podcasts, Crane and Co's very good, college football with Sam, Josh Pate, Joel Klatt, etc. I learned a lot from those guys, but there was a really good episode with Crane and Co. where I listened and I got a lot of this from. I'll link that down below. So one of three things could happen. One, Congress helps the ADs and commissioners to allow them to set rules for NIL without being sued by players or schools. Number two, straight up employment. This option really is a nightmare for everyone, but in the long term is going to be the cleanest way to do it. And number three, the players unionize. Let them unionize just how it is in pro sports, and collective bargaining, all that happens. Either way, all we are going to get is more Nico situations until things really start to change. And I think that the ADs and commissioners have the power to do it. And I think Congress will give them the power to do it, but it needs to happen fast. Otherwise, I'm going to be recording more videos like this one, and I really don't want to. I want to be recording power rankings. I want to be doing, off-season questions. I want to be doing quarterback power rankings, which all will be coming out. But you got to get this stuff out there as well, as I pride myself on being pretty complete with the coverage all year long and coverage of the sport as a whole. All of that aside, here at the end of the video, I think that yes, we need to just get something out fast in terms of NIL. And really, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and remember to just, y'all are intelligent people, so y'all know what helps out a YouTuber here. So subscribe, comment, like the video, and turn that bell icon on as well. So click the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.